Welcome. It's now Thursday, August 20. August is pretty much gone. Summer is over, or getting to be over. And also Trader Assist is over. I shelved it again because I wasn't making any progress that helps me do things better. So what had happened is that we have an evolution of knowledge here. We still have our moving average of the MACD, the white line, and we have a modified blue line. This blue line still comes from the blue MACD, which is the difference. And I just realized that what does the difference MACD mean, the MACD diff? Well, it's previous minus current, or current minus previous of the white MACD. That's why I've been always asking myself, how do I know when we've reached a peak of the white MACD? Well, when we reach a peak of the white MACD, you take the slope, and that slope at the peak is the blue crossing down through the zero because you've reached a peak. And what's a valley? A valley is you take a slope, and that is the blue MACD crossing through the zero going up. You're climbing out of the valley. And technically, what we want to do is take a position on the leading edge as you either climb out of the valley, ascending to a peak for long, or take a position for a short when you come off a peak, descending down into a valley. So, bottom line, as sprinters for us, what we do is watch this modified blue. When the blue, and if your calibrations is set correctly, pops out of the upper mids, go take that long. When the blue turns against you, or in this case crosses down onto the white MACD line, get out. And that's the sprint that we would make money on. For continued trends, just realize that the white is going sideways as the blue may crisscross up and down through the zero, or just as you see here, go flat within the danger zone. But the important part for sustained, in this case a sustained long, is that the dotted volume lines remain above the zero. The sustained long continues. And once the dotted volume line goes below the zero, that's the end of that sustained trend. So if you wish to catch a sustained trend, watch the dotted green line, the volume line. As long as it's above the zero, you're in a sustained trend, and as a warm and fuzzy blanket, you would notice that the white MACD would be outside the mids. And then get out of that sustained trend once the volume goes below the zero. Here, for us sprinters, our trading plan is even much simpler. What we ask is, number one, is the blue outside the mids? That's signal one. Number two, is volume going with you? That's signal two. Get in. Take a position. Once the blue MACD turns, you ask yourself, is volume turning also against me? And the answer here is no. So you continue with your position until volume turns against you. Then you get out. That's your exit condition. Now let's take this long. Signal 1, blue, gets outside of the upper mids. Signal 2, volume is with me. Get in. Stay in, even though it kind of turns against us, the volume. I mean the blue MACD. But the blue MACD flattens. It doesn't go towards the danger zone I mean towards the upper mids. So stay with it. Plus, you notice that the white MACD has a slope up, so stay with it. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Blue turns against us. Now you ask yourself, what's volume doing? It also turned against us. Get out. That's it. That's the sprint that we would have taken. Now, if we want to participate in a sustained trend, then we wait for the volume to go above the zero. And the white MACD has an upward slope, and we go take it. We stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, until the volume goes back down through the zero, we exit. That's the sustained trend that we had taken. As sprinters here, we have signal 1 is blue outside the lower mids. Yes. We have signal 2 is the green dots volume with us. And here it's nice because it's with us below the zero, confirming that, yeah, we should take this for a short. Because for the safe and sure, you want that volume to be with you in the direction you're going. Shorts, it needs to be below the zero. Long, it'd be nice if it was above the zero. But as you can see here, we took this long, but it wasn't necessarily above the zero. So it's kind of iffy. So let's look and see where there's a long where the volume was above the zero, and that's a lot more strong and sure right here. Volume was above the zero as the blue went outside the mids. So yeah, take a long, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, get out. Or you may realize that, oh, the white MACD is still way above there, even though the volume peaked down, it didn't go beyond the danger zone. So I'd stay in it, and stay in it until the volume goes back down below the zero, telling us that's the end of the sustained trend. Okay, so let's go back to this example. Signal 1, did blue pop out of the mids? Yes. Signal 2, is volume below the zero going with us? Yes. Take it. Take a position. Your exit is blue turning against us? Yes. Is volume turning against us? No. Stay with it. Is volume turning against us? Yes. Get out. Yep. That's what I did in order to get this profit of 135 in 2 fills on crude. And it's that simple. So here, same scenario. Blue outside the mids, signal 1, yes. Volume with us above the mids, signal 2, yes. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Blue beginning to turn against us, but volume is still with us. Both turned against us sharply, get out. That's it, that's our sprint. That's how we make our money. Yeah, we could take this short. Is blue outside the lower mids for the short? Yes. Signal 1, green. Is volume below the zero going with us? Yes. Signal 2, by all means, go take that short. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, get out, because both blue and green volume went against us. So that's it. That's essentially what the trading plan is for AIO-34. Watch for the blue going outside the mids, and the green volume must be with us. For a short, the green volume must be below the zero. For a long, the green volume must be above the zero. And our exit is when both volume and the blue MACD turn against you. Otherwise, stay with it until the green volume turns against you with the blue MACD. Many blessings. So today, Thursday, August the 20th, 135 in 2 fills without trader assist, just manually watching when the blue MACD comes out of its mids, and 150 in 8 fills for gold. In this case, let's go through the scenario. Do we have signal 1, blue MACD outside the upper mids? Yes, for a long. Do we have signal 2, the green volume with us above the 0? Yes. We get into a position. We stay. It does go against us, but the white MACD is still strong going up, so we stay. Plus it's so far up above the 0 and it's a flattish going against us. We stay. Now it really goes against us, and as you can see, that's where I exited. But in reality, we notice that, oh, the volume doesn't go past the 0, so it's still an upward trend. So we stay, and now we can go into sustained trend mode, because the white is outside the upper mids, and we just wait for the volume to go back down through the 0 and get out. So I could have gotten more of this profit, but I've got to watch it, because if I let it go any further, I would have gotten out at the same place I would have gotten out earlier here. So that's it. And here for the short, that was profitable too, but I really had to, it's weaker. Why is it a weak short? Because the volume is not with us, and the white MACD is outside the upper mid, telling us it's still a sustained trend up. But I was able to take it and then get out as the blue MACD and the green volume goes against us. This is another place that wasn't as profitable because I wasn't so fast in getting out. And as you know, this is weak because the volume isn't with us on this short. The volume is not with us on this short. It's still a sustained trend. But in this sustained trend, yeah, we could have taken a long here, and we would have stayed with it until we couldn't really wait until the volume goes back down to the 0, because that would have been against not profitable for us. We'd had to get out as the blue MACD here goes below the 0. But this is not a very good sustained trend to play, because the white MACD is essentially inside the mid, so we don't play this even for sustained trends. We don't play this. This one we can play because signal 1, blue outside upper mids, signal 2, volume going with us. Yeah, go take a position for a long. Everybody turns against us, but the white MACD is still going up. Stay in it. Now you can get out right here as volume and blue MACD is against us. So that's it. So using that technique, 150 and 8 fills in gold, 135 and 2 fills in oil. I wasn't using that technique for copper, so don't pay attention to the minus 155 and 2 fills, and I'm not counting that. So that's the end. AIO-34, very simple trading plan for us sprinters. And we're still able to take continued sustained trend as long as the volume is with us, above the 0 for long, below the 0 for shorts. Many blessings. Until next time.